That was easily the craziest football game I think I've ever seen. Holy cow. And the fact that Carlson made that kick, he should be banned from football, in my opinion. For him not to have the awareness to miss that kick, that all of America is sitting there watching him just to watch him miss that kick. For him not to miss that kick, terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right, back. Another Detroit Pierce podcast. Lions beat the Packers. Crazy Sunday Night Football. Playoffs are set. Lot to go over. A lot to go over. College football, college basketball's back. The national championships tomorrow, tonight. It's when you're going to be listening to it. Pistons, Red Wings. Let's get to it. Starting with the Lions and the Packers. Lions. Look, if you tell me, here are the two things that make me the most mad about today's game, okay? One, when Packer fans go, oh, you beat our backups? Like what, you want a cookie? No, we beat the Packers, okay? You can't tell me Jordan Love wasn't trying. You can't tell me those backups weren't playing for playing time next year or for a paycheck next year. You can't tell me that. They were balling out, and the Packers are going to go with Jordan Love as their quarterback next year. So if anything, we were playing their starting quarterback next year or playing their future, and guess what? Jordan Love is a bust. He's terrible. Doesn't have the clutch gene. I've already called it. It's done. You can't argue with it anymore. It's all over. Jordan Love is done. He's going to stink for 5 years. The Packers are going to be terrible when Aaron Rodgers leaves. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. But look, the other thing that I hated was everybody tweeting and texting me being like, don't you want the first pick? Why don't you want the first pick? If this was last year and we were playing for the first pick and Trevor Lawrence was the quarterback, I would tend to agree with you. I really would. I would sit there and be like, yeah, no, I think that if we got the first pick, that would be really nice because Trevor Lawrence, we're going to build around him. It's Hutchinson or Thibodeau. Like, I think they're both can't miss defensive ends that we need. And if you want to have Evan Neal, the offensive tackle, okay, that's fine. But like, it's one and the same in my eyes. You get one of the two best defensive players in the country, and it fits your need. So I'm not. What, you have to have Thibodeau or Hutchinson? Literally, it's going to be one of those two guys, and I'm just like, I'll take it. So no, I wanted to win this game because it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, first or second pick. And I'm sure that this is going to get clipped 5 years from now, and whoever we don't pick becomes an absolute Hall of Famer, and the other guy becomes an absolute bum, and I'm yelling and screaming at my TV. I'm sure that'll happen. But look, don't talk to me. Do not talk to me about, hey, we should have lost the game so we could have the first pick because if we get the first pick of the second and the third and the fourth. No, I had way too much fun. I have a statement to make. I do shoeys when the Lions win games, and everybody thinks they're funny. I think it's funny. I kind of like doing them because I think they're funny too. It's freaking gross, I'll give you that, and my wife hates them. My wife hates them because I get the shoe dirty. It's ruckus after I do the shoey because I get really excited. So I don't know if we're going to have a shoey again, but maybe there's a whole nother year of just sitting around. So maybe we'll do another shoey, but I might be a shoey guy now. I might be a shoey guy. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting, but it's a lot of fun. All right, let's talk about the NFL. Today was a crazy day. Everywhere and anywhere, it was absolute chaos. The Jags started it off with a nice win. The Texans were close with the Titans, and the Lions beating the Packers. It was mass chaos all day today, all the way till right now. That's why my hair is all crazy right now. How did Dylan Carlson not understand his assignment to miss the kick? I mean, how does that go through your brain? Like, miss the kick, dude. That's your only job. I am genuinely confused by the Sunday Night Football game. First off, I have this tweet drafted, and I'm going to tweet it out probably next year. I think Brandon Staley is just Dan Campbell if Dan Campbell wasn't good at math. That's genuinely what I think. I think him and Dan Campbell are the exact same person, but Staley can do math and probably got really good grades in college. And Dan Campbell probably got C's and D's, but they have the exact same brain. I genuinely think that. But it also doesn't make sense why the Chargers can't make the playoffs and the Raiders did. The Raiders had just an absolute crazy year. Carr's not better than Herbert. The Chargers roster is clearly better than the Raiders roster. But damn, Raiders made it. Raiders made it through. And if you don't keep that coach, I don't know who you're going to get. I understand that they're talking about getting a Harbaugh. But if you don't get Harbaugh, this guy's working. Don't broke. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That guy got you to the playoffs. He's going to get killed by the Bengals, but he got you to the playoffs. Why not? That's just crazy. A lot of other games happened. 49ers beating the Rams and the Cardinals losing to the Seahawks at home made it crazy. Look, I've told you I think since the start of this podcast, I'm a huge Kyle Shanahan guy. I think he's the best coach in the NFL, and I think he is extremely underrated, and I think they're going to be the real deal, and I think they're going to be extremely tough. We're going to talk about playoff predictions after we get done with this rundown, but I think that they're very, very tough to beat. That is a tough, tough team to beat. But I also think that the Rams are good, and I think the Arizona Cardinals are going to be fine in the playoffs. I really do. But the one game I have highlighted that I really think was funny / sad / awesome for us is the Vikings and the Bears. I think Zimmer, by the time you listen to this, will be fired. I know Matt Nagy will be fired. And I think it's kind of interesting looking at both of those teams and comparing them to the Lions, right? They're both going into this offseason with better records than the Lions. And while the Bears kind of have a franchise quarterback, and technically, as of right now, the Vikings do have a better roster than the Lions. I don't know how, if you're a Bears or a Vikings fan, you're looking at next season and you're feeling better than the Lions. Not by record stance. Maybe the Lions still finish fourth in the NFC North next year, but for the next 5-year path. As a Lions fan, I kind of feel like our pathway is going to be so much better. I forgot to mention this during the Lions portion. Tomorrow I'm going to be recording a season review about the Lions, and it'll be released on Tuesday morning. And I'll get more in depth about the 2022 season and the future of the Lions. But if you are a Bears or a Vikings fan, how do you not? I don't understand how you honestly feel really good about next year. Even, I don't know who the Bears are going to get as their coach. Like, if they get Harbaugh or if they get Kyle Shanahan or if they get a big name coach, are you still feeling really good with Justin Fields and in a terrible roster outside of Justin Fields? And if you're the Vikings, you have this great roster. In my opinion, they've got a good roster. And if they were to get a guy like Russell Wilson, they could make it to the playoffs and maybe even make a run for the Super Bowl. But the chances are really slim. You have to get Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson right now, and you need to win in the next 2 years. 5 years from now, where are you going to be? Where is any of us going to be is the counterpoint. But look, I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what their futures hold. And if I'm one of those guys, I'm not sitting around feeling better than what the Lions are, because the Lions have a 5-year plan that I trust. And I've never felt this good about a 3-win team in my life. And trust me, I've had 1,000 3-win teams in my life. Even in my heart, they were 3-win teams. The other thing that was stood out is I don't understand how the Patriots are so bad against the Dolphins in Miami. I don't understand. I really don't. I don't understand why they can't win in Miami. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. All right, college football tomorrow night. Georgia. Oh, wait, we got to do playoff predictions. Duh. All right, here are my playoff predictions. I'm looking at the bracket right now. Las Vegas versus the Bengals. I got the Bengals winning that game. That would be New England versus the Bills, which is just like going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait for that. I think it's going to be snowing. I think it's going to be fun. I got the Bills winning that game. Eagles, Bucks. I'll take the Bucks. 49ers, Cowboys. I'll take the 49ers. Chiefs, Las Vegas. I'll take the Chiefs. And Cardinals, Rams in an absolute thriller in Manila on Monday night. I'll take the Rams. I still have the Rams and Chiefs making it to the Super Bowl. I really do. I think that it has everything. I think it's all going to be it's all being set up perfectly for it to be like, I guess it would be, with that scenario, yeah, then the Bucks and the Rams would play, and the 49ers and the Bucks and the Rams would play, and the 49ers and the Packers would play. And then I'd have the Packers beating the 49ers, and then the Rams beating the Bucks, and the Rams going into Green Bay and beating them. That's like the Packers have that. Whoever, even if I'm wrong, I think that the Packers have losing the NFC Championship game written on their tombstone. I really do. And then the AFC, I think the Chiefs, that in that situation would play the I had all the favorites winning like a nerd. So that would be Bengals Chiefs, and I think the Chiefs beat the Bengals, and I think the Bills beat the Titans. I think the Titans are bad. As the number 1 seed, I think they're the worst 1 seed I think in the history of our lives, and I think the Bills beat the Titans, Chiefs beat the Bills, and then Chiefs Rams win the Super Bowl, and I've been right this whole entire time all season long. Wow. That was a mind-bending. If you followed that, I'd be shocked. But that is my season prediction. That's my postseason prediction. I'm still sticking with my Rams Chiefs. My hair looks terrible, but that's my prediction. All right, college basketball. College football. Jeez, Pierce, keep your brain on. Follow the script. College football tonight. Georgia is going to win. Georgia's going to win. They're going to beat Alabama. I'm telling you. I've said it since the beginning. They've got this all-time great defense. Alabama is the worst Alabama team that they've had in a long time. And I think that the SEC championship game, Georgia kind of was lackadaisical. And I think that this is going to be a lot better. I think that Georgia's going to win. I think they're going to win by like 10 points. And I think it's going to be this changing of the guard where Kirby Smart starts to be just as dominant as Nick Saban, and everybody begs for him to go to the NFL. I think that's what's going to happen. And I think I'm going to hate Kirby Smart just as much as I hate Nick Saban. But I think they win by 10 points. Really feel confident about that. What started this week, in my opinion, on Saturday was college basketball. All right? Listen to all these upsets that happened just on Saturday. Miami over Duke. Texas Tech over Kansas. Oklahoma over Iowa State. Oklahoma State over Texas. And Mizzou over Alabama. That's not to mention earlier in the week they had Indiana over Ohio State, LSU over Kentucky, and Wisconsin at Purdue beating Purdue. College basketball started this week. It did. So trust me, there's going to be more college basketball on this podcast and being tweeted out more. It's the best. This is the time of year where college basketball starts every year, where we need to start paying attention. But what's important, Michigan State and Illinois, 4-0 in the Big Ten, very strong at the right time. Very interesting. The Big Ten's going to be very interesting, especially since Purdue started out 2-2, and they're the favorites. They're the favorites. We're going to win this is going to be the year where they make the Final Four. Matt Painter isn't a Final Four coach. He just isn't. Earlier this week, the Magic played the Pistons, and the Pistons won. Hurrah! We are officially the best, worst team in the NBA. And again, I got texted, oh, don't you want to lose this game so you have more ping pong balls? Actually, fun fact, it's not, because the worst three teams have the exact same amount of ping pong balls. It's all just luck. It is. It is. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Why not? I think the Pistons are better than their record, and I think they're like 2 or 3 pieces away from being a playoff team also, by the way. If Cleveland can be a playoff team, we can be a playoff team tomorrow. Just got to give us time. Get the right coach. Dwayne Casey's no longer the guy, in my opinion. I've always thought he was, and maybe he's not. Give us time. Give us time. And we got Bull. How can you be mad about that? Got Bull and a second-round pick. We're going to be fine. Just give it time. I feel like the Pistons and the Lions and the Tigers, I feel like the Pistons and the Lions are in the exact same trajectory. They're really the worst team in football, and they're the worst team in basketball right now. But you can see where they're going, right? You can see that they're going to start really figuring it out. And the Tigers and the Red Wings are in the exact same spot, where they're right there. I mean, they're 1 year away from making the playoffs, which I'm about to talk about here in a second about the Red Wings. They're 1 year away from making the playoffs, and the Tigers are 1 year. They're not going to make the playoffs this year, but they're 1 year away, especially if you get the right signings. If you get the right kind of play, you've got the right system, you got the right kind of prospects coming up, they're 1 year away. All of them. Well, the Pistons and these two right here, the Tigers and the Red Wings, they're 1 year away. These guys, 2 or 3 years away, depending. Red Wings lose a tough game tonight again, but Larkin getting hurt, Burt getting hurt. But you got to point out at Anaheim. It's not the greater point is that the team is young, they're fun. I like turning them on. They fight, they're strong, they're tough. I like it. I really like how the Red Wings are playing. All right. Wow. There's a lot to handle. It was a busy night. It was a busy night. Final thoughts. I'm starting to make this into a comedy segment because I always come up with funny thoughts, apparently, according to my friends. So, this one's out for my sister because she thought this was funny. I hate birthdays. I think it's crazy because the worst thing about birthdays is when people text you happy birthday, because I feel as though that I have to text you back saying not only just saying thank you, but I feel like I have to have a personalized text message and say like, thank you, how's your dog? Or thank you, how's the new house? Or thank you, how's your kid? Or thank you, how about those Packers losing the Lions? I feel like I have to have a personalized message, and then they feel like they have to text me back, and then we have a conversation. I feel like saying happy birthday to somebody is an obligation. Like, you better say thank you back. It's like, I see your text. I'm busy doing birthday things, right? Going out to dinner, watching a game, taking a nap, not working, doing something, right? That's why I don't like birthdays, because I feel like everybody's birthday is just one huge obligation to then comment on their auntie's post who they haven't seen since they were 5 and say, thanks, aunt. Appreciate that. That was great. Thank you for saying happy birthday. That's awesome. It's just stressful. So if you ever get a birthday from me, which you definitely won't, because I don't do that, because I feel as though if I do it, then then my expectation, because I've put that expectation on myself, has gone through the roof, because now I expect you to text me back like, dude, how about the Lions beating the Packers? It's like, then I have to get in a conversation with you when really I just wanted to say happy birthday. It's a really big confusing thing. I get all messed up in my brain, but I don't do birthdays. That's my least favorite part about birthdays, is saying happy birthday, thank you, and then having a conversation. I feel like it's just one huge obligation. Also, if you invite me to your wedding and I give you a gift, please do not send me a thank you note, because those are just an absolute crazy mess, and they're stupid hard. If you haven't gotten married yet, it's a fun time. All right, tomorrow I'm going to be recording a podcast about the Lions. Make sure you tweet at me or slide into my DMs if there's anything you want me to talk about the Lions season. I'd love to talk about it. I appreciate you guys listening. God bless, and go Detroit Sports.